Hello my friends, Namaste, hope you are doing good. Welcome to my channel and today I'm back with a new video. I will react to India's economy beats expectations while US struggles with that. Actually, it's an attractive title and as we know, Palki Sharma always tell us the good news about India. So I'm so excited to check this video and see what's going on. So let's be ready. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
This is a tale of two economies. One is a superpower in decline, struck by political paralysis and staring at a default. The other is an emerging power with a decisive leadership and the world's fastest growing economy. I'm talking about the United States and India. Both countries are major economies, but they exhibit a stark contrast. I'll tell you how. And we are starting with the United States of America. For the first time in their history, the US could default on its debt.
Oh.
The government is running out of cash. The budget is being held hostage by political divisions. I'm talking about the US debt ceiling. And we've discussed this before on the show. The US government is about to hit its borrowing limit.
Oh.
Their only option is to raise the cap, to raise the debt limit. Right now, it's a little over $31 trillion. May sound like a lot of money, but it isn't enough for them. Team Biden wants to increase this limit. The opposition is not on board, and that is why America is close to a debt default. They have an odd system in place. The government cannot just borrow the money it wants. It needs the approval of the Congress, and that involves convincing the Republicans. But they're playing hardball.
So no, I don't think we're in a good place. I know we're not. This ignoring the problem, thinking it's going to go away, he could bumble his way just into a default like he did on the border.
That message was for Joe Biden. The Republicans are supposed to meet the president tomorrow, and he's running out of time. He must strike a deal within 2 weeks, else the U.S. could face international humiliation. For the first time ever, the U.S. could default on its debt. The U.S. Treasury has written a letter to the Congress. What does it say? It says Washington has time till the 1st of June. If the debt ceiling is not raised till the 1st of June, there will be a default. So the risk is real. Wall Street is preparing for the worst case scenario. Banks, brokers and traders are making plans. They fear a default will disrupt the market. So they're building cash reserves. They're planning how future payments can be handled, and they're preparing contingency plans. Now, let me underline this. We are talking about the world's largest economy here, the US economy. A few months ago, some of their banks collapsed, and there was a ripple effect across the world. Imagine what would happen if the US government defaults.
So sad.
A new crisis is certain. It's hard to predict how bad it will be, but President Biden is optimistic. He says he can reach a deal.
Look,
their position and where they're
what I've learned a long time ago, and you know as well as I do, it's never as good to characterize a negotiation in the middle of a negotiation. I remain optimistic because I'm a congenital optimist.
Well, we wish him well, but the fact is his government is being held hostage over the budget. Compare this to India. No such crisis here. The economy is doing much better. Inflation is under control. There is no policy paralysis. In fact, the Indian economy is now driving global growth.
Wow.
Let me show you an assessment from Morgan Stanley.
Right.
It believes India will contribute 16% of the global GDP. 16%. Let me quote from that report, in fact. India's strong growth outlook stands out as the best among large economies, and we forecast it will contribute 16% to global GDP growth over 2023-24. And what's working in India's favor? If you go by the report, it lists a lot of positives. Strong domestic demand and rising services export. The economy has largely recovered from the shock of the pandemic. Again, I have some numbers. GST, or the Goods and Services Tax collection, has increased by 35% from pre-pandemic levels. Services exports have increased by 84% since October 2020. Passenger vehicle sales have also shot up by 131%. Again, this is an improvement from before the pandemic. So India has not just managed to bounce back. The Indian economy is in fact performing better than before. The point we are making is simple. These are times of economic uncertainty. Every day there are reports of job cuts. Not too long ago, there were predictions of recession. At a time like this, while India is driving global growth, the US is adding to global worries because of their domestic politics.
My friends, as we see, it was an interesting video. Congratulations to India. I'm so glad to hear this good news about the economy. Actually, this all is happening because the efforts that the Indian government is doing, and the Prime Minister Modi is doing a great job. And actually, we can say that this will be Indian century. On the other hand, there is a lot of negative comments on the post of Palki Sharma, who said that there is lies and all what are you telling are lies. I can say that a lot of countries for now still don't want to accept the improvement happening in India. So my friends, I hope that you enjoyed my reaction video, and if you want to see more videos, you can mention your recommendations in the comments. See you in the next video. Have a beautiful day. Love you all. Bye.